September 8th at Cermak State. 31-year-old Romika Blackman got into a physical altercation with another woman. Both of them share a child with the same man. He was also present at that scene. The other woman pulled out a gun and shot Blackman, then admitted to it in a video recorded at the scene and widely shared on social media. Before the shooting, Blackman dropped off her son just steps away from a South Loop school. Her final social media post was a photo that you see right there of a handwritten note that she packed in his lunchbox. He turned 7 years old in a few days. Instead of party planning, his grandmother is trying to figure out how to explain that his mother won't be there to celebrate.
All right. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be revisiting this story of Romika Meeks, her baby daddy, Carlos Loso's Way, and the woman who took her life called Holly Johnson on social media, but her real name is, I guess, Quadasia Johnson or something of that sort. Now, I have done several videos on this. I did a video where I did an initial report where I kind of played the video that social media was sharing of Romika when she basically had lost her life in the aftermath. There was a witness on the scene that was basically calling out Carlos, the baby daddy's girlfriend, and saying that she took a life and she deserved to be arrested. At the scene, his girlfriend got arrested, the girl by the name of Holly Johnson, and then she later got released out of custody with no charges for basically taking the life of Romika. Now, after she got out of jail, Carlos then started to send people out to kind of do damage control for them, for him and for his baby mama. He started to leak videos of Romika at times when they got into altercations, when she would kind of call him out for his lies, call him out for playing both sides, dealing with her, dealing with other women, and so on and so forth, lying about having a woman pregnant, and basically being upset. So any video that he had where it showed her being toxic, he would leak it out to this guy and he would share on social media. I then received DMs from people kind of giving a version of events from him that he was kind of third party peddling to say, you know, his stance of what happened. Now, in the version of events that got sent to me, it stated that he was the one that dropped his child off to school, but Romika's family was saying that she was the one who dropped the baby off from school. So if Romika was dropping her child off from school, then there was no reason for him to be at the school with his other baby mama, and so on and so forth. So ever since there has been all of these conversations happening online, so many people talking about it, he decided to basically deactivate his Facebook for some time. Well, a day ago, he decided to reactivate his social media, and he decides to go after her family, adding her family, going off on them, and basically confronting them for not allowing him to see the son that he shares with Romika. Now, I'm going to go over all of those things in this video, but if you guys have not caught up on this story, you have no idea about Romika, you have no idea about this story, I'm going to link below in the description a video that I previously did so that you can get caught up on part 1 and part 2 of this story. I'm not going to rehash everything. If you know, you know, or if you don't know, go check the links in my description and get caught up. So anyways, so he is now on social media. He's playing the victim. He's arguing with her family, and what he feels like he should be able to get his son. He feels like they should understand because he's grieving too. How dare they keep his son from him because he's mourning the life as well. And it's really kind of interesting being that when Romika was living, you had a close relationship with your son. You always had your son because Romika allowed you to have a close relationship with your son. You are the catalyst for her losing her life. So she's not here for her to hand over her son to you. And the fact that you're acting like somebody owes you something and you're acting like you're so perturbed and you don't understand where her family is coming from and like they don't have the right. It's like, sir, yes, that's your son. Yes, they can't keep him from you if there is no legal restraining order or anything like that put in place, which I advise her family to do. Okay. But you know, but to act like a week or 2 weeks after her death that you were the catalyst of and you were the cause of, acting like her family is the problem here is crazy. But before we go on over to his social media and go over all of the posts that he has been posting, all of the arguing back and forth with the family, all of that, let me give you guys what the mom is saying to the news. And she's really, really taking this hard because not only did her daughter get taken from this earth, the person who took her from this earth in what they believe is a premeditated attack is going to not have any charges. Now, part of the reason that the woman is not facing charges is, number one, she had a restraining order on Romika. Number two, she alleges that Romika prior to that had been basically harassing her and giving her a hard time. Her family feels as though she put this in place so that if she decides to take Romika's life, she would be able to be covered. And as you can see, she is not charged. Now, when there was two different versions of events of Carlos dropped the baby off or the mom dropped the baby off, he didn't drop the child off from school. The mom dropped the child off from school or dropped the child off to school. So it is, in fact, a fact that he had no business being at that school at all. So let's get into what the mom is saying and we'll go down this rabbit hole together. If you guys have not hit the like button yet, make sure you hit the like button. Also, I do have a website, www.niquelaclaire.com, where I have fans, adult goodies, and stuff like that where you can shop. But we'll talk about that a little more later as well. So let me pull up the video of the mom because I said, child, if an N-word gonna have anything, he gonna have the audacity, honey. He gonna have the audacity. Let's get into what the mom is saying.
I want to know how did she just walk away? How? When they told you that he had her in the headlock, how did he even walk away? Why did they was so easy to walk away? They tell me, look at the video, they bumping fences. I don't know about any of that because I really can't even focus.
So just to clear this up so it makes even more sense, that woman that she's talking about filed protective orders against black men dating back to December of last year and as recently as this summer. The family believes it was all done to create a paper trail against black men. In the video, the shooter did say she had a concealed to carry license. She was taken into custody by police but later released. As for Blackman, her family says she was unarmed and there was no reason for her to be shot.
All right. And every time they say Blackman, they're talking about Romika. I guess Blackman is her last name. So just so that you're not confused and you're like, who's Blackman? Blackman is Romika, and Romika is the victim, and she's the one who lost her life. Now, as I stated, the family feels as though the restraining order that Holly had on her was premeditated, and they feel as though she put that in place so that she can do this very act. Let me just rewind that part a little bit.
Police, but later released. As for Blackman, her family says she was unarmed and there was no reason for her to be shot.
You had an opportunity to walk away, to call the police, to turn around and get in your car and drive off. You did none of the above.
And of course, we did reach out to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office on this to get the status of the case. And this is their statement. After an initial review of the evidence presented by police, there's insufficient information to make a charging decision at this time. We will continue working with the Chicago Police Department as the investigation proceeds and remain committed to pursuing justice for everyone in our communities. The family is also questioning how the case was handled from the very beginning. When you look at that video that was posted on social media, it actually took witnesses to tell police who the shooter was in this case. Blackman's mom says she called the state's attorney's office, and so far she hasn't heard anything back. What they're calling.
All right. So that was them speaking about how the mother is speaking out And the mother also posted videos onto her social media as well, where she was just basically saying that she has been devastated throughout this entire process. Now, as I stated, Carlos decided to activate his social media and go after the family. He's putting up posts where he's adding her mom, and he's taking dish shots at her mom and her family and talking about how, you know, they're making AI videos and all kind of stuff like that. And now never mind. Anyways, so the particular family member that he decides to basically go after first is a woman by the name of Jaleesa. All right. What I was going to say, let me just say it. So he's taking shots at them and he's poking stuff. I just think that he needs to keep his mouth shut. Okay. Now, me, I have my reservations as it comes to like those AI videos, those AI things. I personally don't like them. I think it's weird when people like take pictures of dead people and then they animate them and then they like make them do gestures and they make them touch people. To me personally, it's not my cup of tea. I you know, the picture is good enough for me, but that's the generation that we're in. But for it to come out of his mouth, he needs to shut up. Okay? He needs to shut up. Just in my opinion. It's like, how dare you? Like, you don't need to take shots at nobody. You caused all of this. Like, shut up. But anyways, so the family member that he decides to go after first is a woman by the name of Jaleesa. Now, when I first made my video, I had posted this woman right here, and this is the woman that he's talking about. Now, Jaleesa has been very vocal in the passing of Romika. She has been devastated about this. She has been asking for justice for Holly / Quadasia to get rearrested and for the Cook County to do their job and arrest her and so on and so forth. Let me just play a little bit about a little bit of the video, and then we're gonna go to Carlos's page so that you can see kind of like what he's talking about. But just give you guys a refresher for you guys to know like who exactly is the person he's referring to. Let's roll it.
Soaking wet, bro. Gee, y'all don't understand, bro. And then they got nigga low folks. My kids, G. How you gonna? You couldn't handle that. A real nigga ain't. I don't get. You got kids by both of these bitches. You made to tell me you couldn't stop that, bro. You made to tell me you want to act like you the victim, bro. And I'm gonna look at the mama gone, G. Y'all is some hating, spiteful, evil individuals. Be on that. I swear to God. You best niggas. Ooh, this man just asked me. You speak English? You don't talk?
15 minutes in. Yeah, let's take a look. All right. So that was just a little sneak peek or a little clip of the cousin. This is the woman, Holly, that ended up taking Romika's life. And this is the woman who is out and free. And this is the woman who he's basically, you know, I don't know, child, it's a mess. So anyways, so let's go to his social media. So he returns to social media, and the first person he decides to at is Jaleesa, okay? And he decides to go at her and basically call her out for what he says is lies. Let's pull it up. All right, so this is his page right here. So he basically hid all the posts that was public on his page. Remember on my first video, we kind of like went through his page. We saw his skinny little pants, his skinny little legs, and we talked about how criminal some of those outfits were. And we kind of had like a really good time combing through his gym videos and stuff. Well, he privated all of those videos because he knows now, because we've talked about it, that they were a legit crime, and that was a crime that he should have been locked up for in itself. So he privated all of those videos, all of the photos that he had public of Holly, all of the stuff that showed like his baby and all of the things that had Holly on there, he made private to then come and call out Jalissa, who is Romika's cousin. Let's pull this up and get into what he has to say. So he goes on his page and he says, why y'all kept lying on this app at Jalissa? No. Jalissa comments and she says, where was the love or sympathy then? Gee, she is, oh wait, let me put all comments. All right. So she replied and she said, where was the love or sympathy then, G? She gone. I don't give a F what you say. What about little Los? What about my auntie? Y'all still living. She not. How can you explain this to him? You can't. What the F? But you could have did something to stop it, but you didn't. All right. And somebody on here says, your BM died, bro. Nothing you can say that you ends be different. You ain't cry or ish. The world saw you for what you really are. Shaking my head. Your son's future is at stake for real. So then she posted up a post and she said, you claim you left at 8:39. How was you still there if she was late? So I guess he is alleging that he left his home at 8:39 that morning. And the cousin is basically calling him out and saying, if you left at 8:39, how did you bump into her? Because she was late taking him to school. So how did you cross paths? The math ain't math. And that's basically what she's alleging right here. And so his reply to that is a lot of y'all trying to get clicks and views. And then, okay, so she posted this and then she says, who's lying, Los? And then he said, a lot of y'all trying to get clicks and views. She said, and you think we not? You bogus and wrong for all this ish. You could have prevented. Simple. He says, I ain't have her number or address. She had to call someone else to get in contact with me because you know what she be on with me. You only saying that because you listen to the wrong stories. You look, just stop it with all them fake narratives. And then she said, well, tell me the facts then, N-word, the F. And then somebody, I guess, on his side gonna say, you ain't gonna listen anyways, the F. And then she said, hey, watch the F out, dude, which, right, mind your business. Like, he a grown-ass man. He don't need another grown man to help him argue with a woman. And somebody that he rightfully so don't even have, no, like, you don't have, like, why do you even feel like considering the fact that you were the catalyst? Like, how do you even have the audacity to say anything to her in the first place? And then the fact that you need a homie to help, like, come on, you know, help, let's double dutch and tag team a woman. Like, he don't need your help, sir. He already got his baby mama gone. Now he got the audacity to call out the cousin. Let him handle it. He a grown man. But that's the problem. A lot of these men, child, anyways, let's continue. So, she replied to that friend who wanted to double dutch in and says, I don't know you and you don't know me, so please mind the business that pays you. I know him and this is my cousin's death. And somebody told him to, Carlos, to shut his BA up. And then he says, I'm mourning and grieving too. You think you mourning more than her family? You think you mourning when you literally stood over her body with blood on your hands, standing there, not hysterical, not sad, not looking like you was devastated or bothered at all. You sat there and you stood at that crime scene and tell people, man, go on, go on, go on. Had no emotion or nothing, but you want us to think that, or you want people to consider your feelings. We don't care. We don't care. You wouldn't be grieving if you wouldn't have been at that school. You wouldn't be grieving if you would have got your other baby mama in check. You wouldn't be grieving if you wasn't playing both sides and sticking your cucumber wherever the wind blows between this baby mama and that baby mama, playing both sides, playing them against each other. You wouldn't be grieving if you was a man in the first place. Now you want us to have some sympathy for you? We don't. We don't give a damn. I'm grieving too, and you wouldn't be grieving if you would have prevented this situation. This very preventable situation. I'm grieving too. Like, sir, like, please. So another one of his cheerleaders said, just know the people who matter standing with you, Los. You and every other life that was touched by this is being prayed for. God got his hands on y'all. So he responds to this woman and who said, Romika gone. She ain't coming back. Are you thinking about your son? Come on, this issue's real. So he replied to her and said, y'all trying to take him from me. Lil Los was with me every day. This ish hurt. Well, you should have thought about that before you went up to that school where you know your baby mama was at. You should have thought about that. Sorry. And that's the only thing that you really grieving about. Like, you thought that the family was gonna see that you were the catalyst for Romika being unalived and then be like, you know what, Los, here you go. Like, here's little, whatever the little boy name is. I don't know his name off the top. But, you know, here you go, Los, and you thought they was going to accept you with loving arms when it's your baby mama that caused her death and you were there when you wasn't supposed to be and you had no business being there? Like, he said, y'all trying to take him from me. Lil Los was with me every day. This ish hurt. He says, I ain't want this ish to happen. You've been doing a lot of ish against me too. You know I'm hurt too. How we know you hurt? She said, now that's not true. You need to step up and talk. I can't. You making yourself look bad. This so wrong. And at this time, everyone is emotional. Step the F up. She said, you lost him because your actions. You got MFers looking at you wrong because you ain't speaking up. Loso, please understand that Romika is dead. She is gone, man. She ain't coming back. And then he gonna put, rest in heaven, Romika. Love you for life. You know the love I have for you no matter what. So somebody tells Jaleesa to stop entertaining him, one of her cousins. They say, F dude, he know what's up. Stop entertaining his ass. She says, you right, Cuddy. I'm gone from it. All right. So this was one of the threads. And then she says, we know the truth, so stop trying to justify why my cousin is gone. On Kurt, you bogus. He says, no. He says, you just good for talking BS on the internet, crazy ass. You about 20 false narratives in. Was you there? Okay, so he's telling her cousin, was you there? I mean, we know who shouldn't have been there was you. You was there and you didn't have no business. And hold on, let me make sure none of what I'm reading is getting cut off. Let me make it smaller. Hopefully y'all saw all the posts that I am reading through. All right. So let's continue. One of his other cheerleaders says, don't even entertain Facebook, bro. MFers gonna have their opinions regardless. These people on the internet gonna run with what the internet say. And then Somebody said, this ain't my business, but I honestly don't think Meeks would want y'all to keep her son away from his dad. Girl, shut the f up. She did. She can't speak for herself on what she would want. Somebody said, ain't heard him get on this app and even mention his son, knowing his mom was took from him by the hands of him, but he want to get on here and argue with her family. And this person says, Jaleesa, the cousin, says, exactly. They said this is the exact reason why he didn't get on here, because y'all still gonna bash him and go with whatever narrative y'all want to. Lashandra, what you think they was gonna do? Be happy about him? Like, what y'all thought he was gonna do? What y'all thought her family was gonna do? It be the weirdos for me. Like, y'all really think that her family is going to accept him with open arms and be like, oh, hey, Lowe's, here you go. Like, you think that's logical? When he was the reason? Like, let's be for real. And so then he says, ain't nobody posting no good ish up, everything negative. All right. So then after he came online to argue with her family, at her family, go back and forth with her family, after he scrubbed his page and made all of his videos and pictures private that he had with Holly, the woman who took Romika's life, then he post up a post where he posting up pictures with him and Romika with a heart, like they was a happy, loving family. And I'm like, is he an undiagnosed narcissist? And I think that people overuse the word narcissist. Like, they abuse the word narcissist. But this was the one time when I was looking at his page and I'm like, you dead ass? Like, you dead ass right now. Like, you talking about people have narratives, but it seems like you're trying to rewrite history or something. Like, or like Big Pisces in the chat says, he doing that mess on purpose. Big Pisces, I agree. I think that he is a person who has zero accountability. He didn't even come on the internet and give an apology to the family. All right, this is what Big Pisces said. She said he's doing that mess on purpose. I believe you. I think if he genuinely wanted a relationship with his son and he really was remorseful for what he did and at playing a role in being the catalyst for her not being alive, he would have came on this internet, and instead of calling out her family for the narratives, he should have been man enough to understand and apologize to her family. If he really cared, he don't give a fuck. The only thing that he cares about is, oh, I can't pretend that I'm a good daddy on social media, or I can't, I can't have control of the situation and y'all not just giving me my son, like whatever. That's what he cares about. If he had a genuine bone in his body and he actually cared about Romika and he actually gave a damn about his son, his first public post wouldn't have been adding her family so that he can talk mess to them. He would have been adding every person in her family so that he can apologize and say these simple words. Listen, I know y'all may be upset with me, and I know you guys are under the impression of, he can even say, you guys are under the impression of false narratives. I loved Romika. I'm very sad that this happened, or whatever, and leave it at that. But your first post is, calling out her cousin and all of this when you know that you had a role to play in this. Like, you don't have no accountability at all. You don't think at all, like, you know what? I understand they gonna be mad. You, like, that don't dawn on you at all? Like, you don't understand at all? Like, That's crazy to me. So he posts up these pictures right here of him and Romika and their son, and he puts the heart on it. Let's check out some of the comments and see what the comments had to say. Let me move this over. All right, so someone says, glad to see you back. Don't let these negative comments get to you. Only God can judge you. And us on the internet, we judging him too. Child, please. Anyways, so people are so, you know, giving him all of these praying hands. Oh, poor him. Oh, poor Loso. His baby mama passed and he was the cause, but let's give him sympathy. Child, bye. Anyways, moving on. So then he posts up all of these videos and pictures with his son, and he says, I did everything for you. I ain't even brag about it. I mean, you shouldn't brag about it. It's your child. Like, that's how I know, like, the relationship that men have versus the relationship that women have with their kids, like, I just don't think it compares at all. A lot of people try to say, like, oh, it's equal parenting. It's equal parenting, or whatever. I just really don't think that it's the same. I don't. Like, a mother birthing a child and having a child in their stomach, I just really don't think it's the same. Because what do you mean I didn't even brag about the stuff that I did for you? You're his father. Like, the stuff that you should be bragging about as it pertains to fatherhood is, you know, I'm proud of, like, the achievements that my child is creating. Like, for me, for example, this is my daughter's first year in AP classes, which is advanced placement classes, and she's doing excellent. I'm so proud of her. That's the things that I brag about. But bragging about buying stuff for your child, because the stuff that you're supposed to do, like, you supposed to buy them clothes. You supposed to do that. Like, what do you mean I didn't brag or want credit? Like, is you cool? What credit do you want? You want a cookie that you did what you were supposed to do for your child? He says, I did everything for you. I ain't even brag about it or want credit. Yo mom, no. His mom is dead. Sir. His mom is dead. So this is what he posted. Okay. So then he said his B-Day is on the 28th. Hold on, let me make sure it's. Let's see. He said his B-Day on the 28th in a couple days. He don't need no donations. If y'all let his father be in his life, I will pay for everything. And then someone says, let he who is without sin cast first stone, blah, blah. Someone says, head up, bro. And then someone said, damn, I hate to go through this. The boy literally was with you damn near every day. And. All right, so he took the ability from just anybody being able to comment to only people, I guess that's his friends. That's why it's so little comments now. And then he put, stalker is crazy to me. I didn't know her number or address. And on August 20th, if y'all know what she did before she recorded me, y'all be like, for real? But moral of the story, I went up to her job and told her boss on her because she supposed to been on the clock. I loved her, but she used to be on my ass. Why was she on your ass? all the videos that y'all posted to try to incriminate her and to try to make her look like a bad person was videos where she was calling you out for lying to her about Holly being pregnant. You were lying to her about where you were. You were lying to her, and every single time that she was calling you out or being aggressive was because you were playing with her emotions, playing with her feelings. You was playing both sides, and you were the catalyst that was turning her and Holly against each other because you was going and playing both sides. She wouldn't feel like she can call you out about lying if you wasn't still dipping your cucumber in that sauce. Still, she was feeling like the way that she was and aggressive. And I'm not saying that all of the actions that she did, she should have done and she should have been doing in front of her child. I agree that some of the stuff does not look good, but let's not act like she wasn't on your ass because you was playing both of them and playing both sides. Like, stop here. Like, be so for real. So then he decided to start calling out people who have been making videos or posts about him. So a woman by the name of Traveler Island, she has been posting a lot of content about Romika. I don't know if she's a family member or just like a close friend or just somebody on the internet that's connected to the story. But he decided to then start posting her page and calling her out and trying to say like that she's making money off of posting Romika or posting content. And basically what she's been doing is like somebody released Holly's restraining order that she had on Romika. They released the details and then she like reposted videos of that. She was posting the clips from Romika's funeral. She was posting, you know, like the family wants justice, things like that. So that bothers him to his core. So he decided to post her photo of her, a screenshot of her page, and then at Romika's mom in it. So then he tags Romika's mom in the post where he's trying to go at this girl. But it's like, even if you want to get your get back and you want to get at anybody who's speaking on you, why would you tag Romika mama? Even if you feel like, you know, girl, like instead of bumping your gums about me or what I got going on, and even if you want to be shady to her and say, why you over there trying to make coins on Facebook, which I don't even know if the girl's getting paid or not, but if that's what his claim is, you know, wouldn't you be like, I don't know, just like how you got the audacity to tag this girl's mom in it? Like, you a messy bottom, okay? You are a messy bottom, okay? You are queening it right now. You acting like a bitch right now. You are. And I'm not saying you're not going through nothing, and I'm not saying it wouldn't be difficult not being with your child if you were in fact with him every day. But the fact that you know that this is fresh, the fact that you know you were the go-between on why this is a thing and why she's no longer here, the fact that you then continue to feel like, okay, well, let me antagonize her family. How about if you truly want to be in your child's life, go to the court and file paperwork. Period. Like, all this trying to get at the family and try to sneak this and try to take shots at the family and all of that, like, it's looking like female behavior. Like, you're acting like a female right now. And no wonder why. Child, anyways. So he says, who the F is this? You've been posting every day. Your page is for content. Your page was dry as HE double hockey sticks. You making money? Give that money to Tina McMiller, which is Romika's mom, or to my son. Be You doing too much posting address and numbers. I'm going to find out who you are. Now, I don't know about her posting addresses or numbers. If she is, in fact, posting addresses or numbers, I don't agree with that part. I think that even in this situation, when he's a messy bottom and he's a despicable person, I still don't agree with people like posting people's address, posting that. If y'all the family and y'all know his address, if y'all want to get back, I'm not saying get back, but I'm just saying, if you want to utilize the address, you know, I don't feel like it's for y'all to put it on social media. Or if I don't agree with that part. If we're gonna use the address to utilize the address, you know what I mean? If you catch what I'm picking down, like, you know, like I don't agree with people who like have an issue with somebody or, you know, something, and then they like try to post it so that other people can like attack for them type thing. You know, I don't like stuff like that. That's just my opinion, but whatever, you know, but he's still a BAN. So anyways, so he posts her up and he says that. So then he starts to try to post pictures of people who have been making videos about him and stuff like that. So he starts to say, you know, a lot of people really been saying crazy-ish to me. Y'all don't know me. So he's picking pictures of people with their kids and posting them. And then he posts this woman right here. And then he says, people like this be the main ish talkers. And then he says, he posts somebody from the gym or whatever. And then under the post is, I guess, his family trying to roast anybody who got something to say about him. And so what people started to do was roast him. So after he started to try to call her out and post her pictures, and the family started to try to drag her or whatever, then she decided to post all of his mug shots that he had as a retaliation. And then people start pulling up pictures where he looked crazy as hell and talking about him, saying, you got the audacity to try to say anybody looks crazy. And I agree with them, because it's like, boy, let's not get on the family pictures that you had with Romika where your dreads was swooped and you was looking like a baddie, and your dreads was like this, and you was gazing in Romika's eyes, and it was really looking really a particular type of way. Like, boy, anyways, this woman, she fought back and she said Romika got support all over the internet, all over this here internet, from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube to TikTok. Everybody speaking on you every day, not just me. Put Romika name in your face everywhere with the same story I'm telling. You will be arguing all day with people. I'm not the only one, but since a new family member sent me these, I'll post them. It's just so much. I have even stuff from her job and your son's school. All the times you pop up there making a scene. Don't make me post them. Your story don't add up because you ain't telling it. Everybody who know you is, and you're evil. So she posted up all of these different mug shots because she felt like, boy, how dare you got the audacity to even say anything or even try to come for me. All right. So she posted up this where I guess at one point his he was driving under a revoked license or something. So this mugshot right here. So then he had domestic battery, bodily harm. Okay, and so that was this offense right here. Typical, usual suspect type, typical BAN behavior and messy bottom behavior. So then this right here, annual gun offender registration, domestic battery, bodily harm, resisting police officer or aiding escape. All right, so that's this mugshot. Then we have this mugshot right here where it says driving on a revoked license. And then it says weapon, felony, possession, firearm. Then we got this mugshot right here and it says weapon, felon, possess /use firearm. And then it says stop at stop sign. And then we have this mugshot right here, child. They have mugshots for days. Okay. It says driving on a revoked license, operator signal, require 100 feet of turn. And then I think we already showed this one. Okay. So anyways, so she posted up these different posts because she said, boy, I know you lying. I know you didn't come for me when I didn't send for you. Okay. So let me see what else was on his page. So then he had the audacity, child. I said if an N-word gonna have anything, they gonna always have the audacity. He said, y'all ain't let me grieve or nothing. I hate all you bitches. Let you grieve? You want somebody to let you grieve? And she would still be alive if it wasn't for you? Let you grieve? Like, he really has no accountability. Like, this is a level of no accountability that I feel like is dangerous. Like, you really think that somebody going like, oh my God, you know, let's let Los grieve. No, they're gonna demand answers. Her family is demanding answers. They want to know how this happened. They want you to speak up. They want to know why you were at the school. How did it happen? How did it go from y'all having an interaction to getting into this situation to where Romika lost her life? If you gonna say anything, say that. That's what they want to know. You got the audacity to get on this internet and talking about y'all ain't even let me grieve or nothing. I hate all you bitches. Like, what? Child. So then, he says, y'all goofy A making cartoons and AI videos. This ish ain't no effing entertainment. Y'all keep the same energy. All right. So I'm like, well, who making AI videos? And so I said, you know what? Let me click around. And so when I clicked on the mom's page, I'm like, okay, let me see what the mom page is like. Now, the mom page is filled with AI videos. So on the mom's page, she has a bunch of videos where Romika, has like these wings on, and then I scrolled down the mom page again. It's more AI created like cartoons, and this would be, I guess, the cartoon that he's talking about. And I'm like, he taking shots at her mama. Now again, I personally don't like the AI stuff. I think it just goes a little. I guess the little boy's name is Carlos. I just think it's a little on the creepy side, but that's me as an outsider. But the fact that you got the audacity. Hold on, I'm on live. Oh, okay. Oop, oop. Dang, my phone done dropped. Child, I don't be knowing if it's an emergency when my family members call it's 1:30 in the morning over here in California. Child. But anyways, so yeah, so the mom, she has a lot of AI stuff on her page. And I'm like, he over here taking shots at her mama. It's one thing to look at the videos and be like, it's not for me. But to actually like type that out and feel like you are authorized, like you are valid and coming at her mama, or like the shade that you're trying to throw, it's just like, This is a video her mom made.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to say this morning that I have not even had time to grieve all the negative comments that's going on about my daughter. It's hard, guys. It's real hard. I wouldn't wish this on nobody. You can't sleep. Any guys are saying some of the harsh things about my baby. You putting up videos that you know nothing about. Can y'all please let us grieve? Y'all making my daughter look like she was a monster. She was not a monster. I couldn't even put up a GoFundMe because everybody wanted to put fake pages up. You got people talking about her like she's just nothing. You know, it's sad. What if it was your child, your brother, your sister, your niece, your nephew, whatever? I can't even stand to get on Facebook because that's all I see. And it's so hard. No one knows the pain that I'm going through. I needed all the love, support, justice. I needed all. The video that I put up the first time, I want to apologize because I was just angry. Other people talking about my baby. My grandson is hurting. It's hard, y'all. Please, let us grieve. The young man, y'all just putting up so much negativity about my baby. Like she was just a monster. She wasn't a monster. She's no different than no one else. No different than no one else. I guess I told everyone I don't need no help. I was angry about what the young people were saying about my child. I was hurt. It's unbearable. It's very hard. That was my baby.
All right, and it's not my internet. I think whenever she went live, somebody probably called her or something, and her mouth and her words are not in sync. But as you can see, basically what she's saying that, you know, she was angry. That's the reason why she was being prideful and saying that she didn't need any help and things like that. Los is taking shots at her mama. He's taking shots at her mom. He's taking shots at her family because her mom is basically expressing herself and saying, you know, I was prideful. I was getting, because, you know, a lot of people were making comments and they were saying stuff like, oh, she had all these designer stuff. Like, why y'all need a GoFundMe? Why y'all need help if she dripped in designer, this, and that? And so, you know, the mom grieving, I don't need y'all help. I don't need nothing. You know, she put a wall up. So she's expressing, you know, that she was having a prideful moment. So he is using these things to take shots at her family.
That was my baby. I would wish this on any mother. It hurts so bad. I gotta look at this baby. And he telling me, Grandma, I miss my mommy so much. Grandmommy, I love my mommy. Nobody knows how this feels. To all the ladies out there, to all the ladies and the mothers out there, protect your child. Love on your child. Because when this situation came out, the first call I get was a video of my baby. And I can't erase that out of my mind. I can't erase it. I sit and I look at people, my family be around me, my friends be around me. But it just hurts so bad. I love everybody. I treat everybody nice. I love being around my grandkids and any other kids. I'm a kid lover, as they call my house. Burger King. Have it your way. And that's me. That's the mother, the grandmother, the auntie, the cousin. That's just me. And please, God, give me the strength. No one knows how this feels. Yes, I was so angry on that video, and that is not me. I'm not that kind of woman. I'm not that kind of mother. But I want to protect my daughter from all this nonsense that people putting up and saying about her. If you didn't know her personally, how can you talk down on her? I love y'all. I love y'all fighting for me, because I'm going to fight to the end for justice. I love all the beautiful things y'all putting up about her and all the beautiful poses, and I love it all. I love the ones that gave. I truly, truly appreciate everything. And I apologize for anything that I said negative, because that's not me. I've always been a person that loved peace and try to always make peace. I really want to say, but this is so hard. And please let me and my family grieve. I wouldn't do anybody like this. I wouldn't do nothing negative to hurt the person that's going through this.
All right. So as you can see, this was posted on September 17th. And if you go on Lowe's page, his post started on the 25th, where he started popping it at the family, atting the mom. And then after he at the mom, then he starts to throw shade about the AI videos and all of that. So Jaleesa, she was posting stuff on her page as well. And this is the one who had basically was that he called out. So
of
she
Illinois. However, she tried to get a stalking no contact emergency order. As you can see, that was denied. Okay? You see right here, it says denied. So right here, denied.
all right, so
Stalking
she's
no
sharing.
contact emergency order was denied on that day. Okay? And then they continued the petition for a no contact order for another day. All right. And so they issued the summons out on December 16th. They say they went out to try to give it to Romika. However, it was returned, not served. Okay. So they continued the hearing, and they heard the hearing and they issued an alias summons. Okay. The sheriff went out on January 12th, and the summons came back, returned no service on the 14th. They had another open call court date. Okay.
All right, and this is the type of information that the girl, the Travel Island, has been releasing and stuff like that. And she's been sharing clips of different people sharing the paperwork, the police report, and stuff like that. And this right here, it says the restraining order was served 2.5 months later, and I guess in December of 2024. And so she just been sharing different stuff on her page. She says, I hope every time you wake up and try to look in the mirror, you see her face. Justice for Meeks. Oh, wait. Let me make this smaller. She says, we not gonna stop until justice is served. I don't give a F who you are. My cousin didn't deserve that. So every day I'ma post, share, and even comment on what the F I want. This is her sharing a clip of Romika's mom.
Anything to me. And I think it's unfair for no one not to talk to me, because I'm supposed to be able to get questions, answers, ask you questions and get answers. You know, everybody wants to keep saying, Holly, Holly, Holly. Holly, why would you call DCFS on Romika if Romika messing with you so much? Holly, you picked with my baby. You did this all the time to her.
Ms. McMillan, did Ramika have restraining orders against Holly and Carlos?
I knew Carlos. I don't know about Holly,
Okay,
but I knew it was Carlos.
She had one against Carlos. Okay.
You know, because he
I'm not
kept
sure who she's
harassing her. Her co-workers came to my house yesterday, and she literally said, I asked her, I said, did I ever come up there harassing Romika? She said, all the time. This is what he was doing. He said she said Romika used to park her car 5 blocks away almost and walked to work so he wouldn't see her car there. Because she moved. She changed her number. She didn't want nothing else to do with him. So only way he knew to find her at was the school or her work.
My God. And even with this shooting on the school grounds, I could not understand, Ms. McMillan, why there was no charge even for that.
I couldn't either, because you have, this is me. You have a 6-month baby in a car. Regardless if you get concealed to carry, you are not supposed to have a weapon in a car with a kid. You are by school grounds. You are not supposed to have a weapon that close to a school where kids are involved. She violated in so many ways. She violated the Safe School Act. She endangered her child while you're calling on Romika's DCFS. You endangered your child. Why DCFS is not on you for endangering your child? It's not right. is senseless to me. My grandson is starting saying every morning, Mommy, Grandmommy, Grandmommy. I miss my mommy so much. I miss my mommy so much. The bonding relationship that Ramika and this baby had, no one can fill those shoes. No one. It was just amazing. Oh, it was the mother that he just jump all over her, kiss all over her, tell her, Mommy, I love you, I love you, I love you. But anything
only
else,
the
we have not heard. No one that's reached out.
All right. Not sure what
Bitch,
this is.
you come get your child so I can do what I need to do. You rotten ass bitch, you come get your child so I can do what I need to do.
I don't know what that is. I don't know whose recording that was. She said, "Tell that B to beat me for Halloween since she wants you to love her so bad." I'm not sure what she's talking about there. All right. Somebody said, "This whole situation got me heated. Romika gone and her ex Carlos on this blue app running his mouth about everything except how his other baby mama unalived her. Like, sir, why you crying? Nobody let me grieve when you didn't even try to stop Holly or drive off. F out of here. And y'all weird for taking up for him. Romika been posted how he was stalking her. Now he want to play the victim. Boy, please. At this point, it's giving you plotted with Holly because why you doing all this talking but skipping the main detail? If folks lying, then tell the story. Oh, but you're not going to do that because it'll make you and Holly look guilty as F." All right. Another person says, "At the end of the day, nobody wins. My cousin is gone and her son is left without his mother. My auntie is left without her baby girl and her siblings is left without their sister. This is the most painful ish ever." All right. Someone else, and this is the cousin basically reposting what people are saying. They said, "When the internet don't care about the hot topic anymore, it's still a family out there grieving. It's still a son without a mother. No more kisses from his mommy. No more outings with his mommy. No 8th grade graduation with his mommy. No high school graduation with mommy. Mommy can't see him drive his first car. Y'all don't feel the pain that the family is feeling. Some of y'all may genuinely care. Some just see it as entertainment, but this ain't no Lifetime movie or Tubi movie. This is real life nightmare to the family." And then Jaleesa, the cousin, says, "I swear these is my exact thoughts." Somebody said they mad because they can't figure out And what is this? Oh, that's something for somebody to get their CDLs. This is an image from Romika's funeral. So at Romika's funeral, they wore dark and light pink, and she had a pink casket, and it looks like she was placed in a wall. So at some graveyards, they have to where you can go in the dirt or you can go in the wall. This looks like they're sliding her into the wall. That's what it looks like to me. Someone says, Jaleesa says, "I hope my cousin Hunshaw ate until justice is served." She said, "Send Libra 5,000. They still probably undecided on the B-Day plans and sad." Then she posted this repost of what Travel Island said. So Travel Island said, "Public service announcement to Carlos' family and friends. I have observed your attempts on my post to justify his actions in my comments. Please recall the following facts. 1, he visited his son's school stalking Romika. 2, the following weeks, he's been on the son's school and her job stalking her. 3, his actions led to Holly's jealousy towards Romika. 4, he was the reason for words between them. 5, he was the reason Holly was present. 6. His actions led to Holly obtaining a weapon because Romika never touched Holly. Before you grown men come to my page to discuss him amidst millions of people talking about this issue, I suggest you check on his son. Tomorrow is baby Carlos' first birthday without the person he loves the most, instead of portraying Romika as the bad person. So this is what Jalissa basically reposted. All right. And then she said, y'all be missing the principle of situations and think MFers be mad for no reason. And then she reshared videos of Romika and her son. She reshared pictures of Romika. All right. And then this is somebody saying justice for me, because I'm not sure what this is.
That since they telling y'all that y'all need to be silenced, I got the platform, I got the reach, and we gonna use it. So I wanted y'all to, tell everybody on the internet a little bit about Romika, because I'm seeing the videos, I'm seeing how everybody trying to paint this picture, that picture. It keep muting y'all. I don't know why, love, but
This is
I just want to know a little bit about Romika herself versus what the internet is saying. And I feel like everybody really want to know, to be honest. Your phone done muted again, boo. Gotta make sure you.
I don't know why I keep doing that.
I don't know.
So Romika is one of the babies of our family. She a good mother. She went to Central State. Her and my little sister. She always been like real like people and family oriented. Beautiful spirit, beautiful smile. Everybody know her for that smile. You know. Mm-hmm. They know her from her.
Los meet. Do you know? Like, how did they meet?
When I found out, because I went to grammar school with Los. I went to grammar school with him, so I've been knowing Los my whole life. Well, since I was in grammar school, we went to Gillespie, and then he went to CBS, and I went to Hyde Park. Somehow they met at a party, from my understanding. When I found out they met, I told Los out my own mouth, that's my blood little cousin. Like, for real, I never knew that. He met my mom and them before I even ever introduced him to my mom and them. So,
okay,
he been around.
This is my question, because on my TikTok, this is where it all started at. I had posted those videos to TikTok, and then I posted them here because I'm like, maybe the family will see it here. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah, because all my mama and them, girl, they older. They don't got all this
I already know
stuff
so
that we got. we more in tune than they is.
Yeah, so okay, this is my thing. I got a question, because a lot of people got it misconstrued saying that she wasn't supposed to be at the school, this, that, and the third. Do y'all know what led up to what happened?
That's a lie. Romika dropped her own baby off at school.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so from the witness, Holly was already there. And I know you said y'all had seen the video, right?
Yeah, we seen the video.
From the video that you saw, did what the witness say is that actually what happened?
See, on the video, the one video we seen, it only showed Romika and Los having a little dispute or whatever.
So when she called about domestic violence, battery,
it was about them. Yes, the first call that you gave me that was on Romika and Los, not Holly and Romika.
That's what I need everybody to understand. Romika and Holly never fought. They never met before this day. They never met.
They only had words over the internet and over the phone. The first time Romika even found out about that girl called my cousin and said she left the fucking robe in Lo's closet.
Basically trying to let her know she was around.
Like, I'm fucking your nigga. You know how females be trying to be.
Yeah, want to be seen, want to be heard.
Want to be seen, want to be heard.
Okay. So I saw from Romika TikTok, because if everybody got a brain and, before you hop on the internet and you leaving comments and stuff and you go look, from Romika TikTok, her baby, how old is Holly baby?
Holly baby just made 6 months.
So he spent Christmas with Romika. They was matching, all kind of things. So this is my thing. Where did Holly come in at? Like, do y'all know where she came in at?
Girl, I don't
Because I
know.
don't see where she came.
I
No, I'm not being
don't
funny.
know.
This is just using my frontal lobe. I don't see where she came in at. You get what I'm saying?
I don't neither, but I know he ended up telling Romika about the baby because people was telling her about he had another baby on the way. That boy been with my cousin 10, almost 11 years.
That's what I'm knowing. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm trying to figure out. It muted you again. Just press the microphone at the bottom. I'm just trying to figure out where she came from. And
All right, so I'm not going to play this whole interview. This interview was 2 hours long, and the person name is Kay Enthia, and she was interviewing this girl, Jaleesa, about Romika, the relationship that she had with Lowe's, so on and so forth. Now, so this was them basically having a reaction to him kind of like poking at them and all of that. As they talk about the scene and the witness, I want to go to that now. So, like I said, there was so many different versions of events where people were saying that Carlos dropped the baby off and Romika dropped the baby off. And I'm like, well, what story is the real one? And being that the real story is Romika was dropping her child off, then I feel that Holly and him had no business at that school, even though he lives close. A lot of people want to talk about how close he lived and da-da-da-da-da-da and this and that and the third. They still had no business being there while she was there. The same time, ironically, like even if y'all live in the same area, like ironically, at the same time she dropped her baby off from school, you ironically is what going in that direction or whatever, like, you know. But let's listen to the witness account. So if you guys remember the video where Romika had lost her life, there was a witness that was on the scene and she was basically calling out Carlos and she was saying about how Holly had shot her and how she needs to be arrested and so on and so forth. That same woman had went to a YouTuber. I think she went to she changed her name to Criminal damn it. What's her name? She done changed her name so many damn times, so I gotta look at my DMs, child. It'll come to me. Hold on. I know her, and we be talking like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I can't think of it right now. Gigi is her name, but I want to put her exact page. It's she changed the name recently. Anyways, it'll come to me. I'll put it up. But Gigi is a YouTuber. She is based in Atlanta and she always does content. I think she just recently changed her page to Criminal Podcast or Criminally something. She interviewed the witness and the witness gave her account of what she feels like the messy sweet spot. There you go. Thank y'all. I couldn't think of it because now she got a new page. Child, it's 1:58 a.m. Okay, y'all got it. So she interviewed the witness and the witness said what happened. And she basically gave her account of what happened with Romika. Let's play it.
I was actually the one at the scene. So I was the one that was yelling out to arrest her because everybody wasn't doing anything. I was actually the one who called the cops first. And I saw them when they were fighting in the beginning. And I was like, this is not right. He was slamming her with a door when she was standing in her door frame, not even close to the female on the other side. So she was literally standing on the other side of the road, and her baby daddy was literally slamming the door on her back. So she went back into her car, came back out, And then this was when the baby daddy walked towards the other baby mama. After this happened, he grabbed her by the waist. She tried to wiggle away from him. Her arm was like literally almost getting free with his arm around her neck this time, because he was holding her by the waist in the beginning and she wiggled out, you know. After this happened, he had her in the, like, almost looking like a headlock to me on the side. And then she stated, the other baby mama stated, "I'm going to shoot you, bitch. Watch me shoot you, bitch." And he stated, "Oh, she's going to go get her gun. She's going to go get her gun. Watch. And after this happened, she ran to the passenger side of her vehicle, grabbed her gun, went around. And when the woman, the mother, you know, who slipped away from him for at least like maybe a good second, as soon as she slipped away, she shot her. And she shot her in the face, on her side, and in her thigh. And I saw him like holding her for a split second. Maybe he was in shock, but after he was in shock, I guess he picked her up. And when she was falling, like a gush of blood fell, you know, like out of her body. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? You know, like, I don't know, everybody else sees movies, you know what I mean? And they see, put pressure on the wound. You know, why weren't you putting pressure on the wound? Why weren't you caring enough? This supposedly was your first baby mama. Because when I was on the bus, I heard him and her screaming. And she was literally saying, she was like, "I just dropped off my fucking baby." What? I just dropped off my fucking baby. Are you guys kidding me? As soon as I got off the 21 bus. And trust me, they got it. You know what I mean? Everything that I literally had to, I wasn't going to let her die like that. You know, I literally looked into her eyes. That hurt me. You know, she says she dropped her baby off and you don't know who she is. You know what I mean? And I was like, arrest her. She needs to get arrested. You know what I mean? They weren't even thinking. There was another black female cop who came up, and a Mexican shore cop. And I pointed out, I was like, the gun's in her car. The gun's in the car. Why wouldn't you give him the gun if supposedly this was, you know, a self-defense? You know what I mean? If it was hey, here's the gun. This is what happened. It was no self-defense. I swear to you, it did not look like no self-defense. It looked like you shot her because you were just angry or something. You know what I mean? And to me, when she shot her, it wasn't the female that got shot, she wasn't with any gun. She didn't have no weapon, no knives, no nothing. So what was it that frightened you so much? You had to run around your car, go into your passenger seat or whatever the case is, and you reached in to get your gun and shoot this woman, you know? So to me, it was a senseless, they were arguing because she was pulling up and I guess they ended up parking. Why was her car parked on the sidewalk? Because I seen she ran towards the sidewalk to get her gun, and it was a small black vehicle, and he had a black truck, I think. And literally, he came out of his truck looking like real, like he wasn't like on anything but.
And I believe this witness. I believe her and I believe her accounts. And that's why it's just like, Carlos, I understand that you miss your son or whatever, but it's just the audacity to know that things played out like this. And this is the same thing that she was saying right when it happened. So it's not like this witness was there and then she just started to give an alternative set of facts. She was calling all of these things out. Now, she wasn't talking in as much detail on the scene, but she was frantic and she was like, "You had her in a headlock. You shot her. No, you shot her." Like, you can hear when the scene footage happened and it was fresh and you hear her explaining it now, it's the same story to me. It, like, even though obviously it's more details and it's more in depth, but I believe her. I don't think that she has any reason to lie. And the fact that things played out like this, let's say, for instance, Romika spots them and she goes off like, "How dare you have this be by my school?" And they get into a tussle. Even if that's the story, okay? Even if she going off on him, that didn't give you a right to feel like I'm grieving too. She should have never ever had any type of crosshairs with her while she was dropping off her kid. And another thing that makes it feel like a setup too, why were y'all in two separate vehicles? Why you in a truck and she in another car? That sounds real setup-ish to me. You parked all off to the side, he in a truck, you run into a different vehicle. Like, and the fact that everything played out like that, even if you feel like, damn, the heat of the moment, like, I really regret it, or you're remorseful, or you feel bad, or whatever the case, it's the fact that you don't have no accountability in your role in this. And you have no accountability in how you decided to navigate this situation. Even if she was going bad on you, you antagonized the situation, hyping it up, telling Romika that the other baby mama is going to shoot her. Then the other baby mama shoot her because, again, I believe the witness. And then you got the nerve to get on social media to get over here and talk about, I'm grieving too. Whoop-de-doo, sir. Whoop-de-motherfucking do. We don't care. As a man, if the situation went like this, which I think it could have, Romika was hurt about Holly being pregnant. She was with this man for 10 or 11 years, as her family stated. Now he got this other woman pregnant. She see this woman for the first time. I'm not going to say she right, but I can understand if she confront him and go off on him. But as a man, it was your job to, you know what, Holly, go get in the car. Or walk Holly to the car, escort her to the car. Like, you were supposed to navigate this different. But because you a bitch ass nigga and you constantly have all of these domestic violence things and you like to fight women, because I'm sure the domestic violence ain't from no man. You look like a bitch. And you acting like a bitch. The way you even navigating this situation. Because I'm not going to act like I wouldn't be affected if I didn't see my child or something happened where I wasn't in my child's life. But the way you're navigating it, you can tell that you're a bitch. And so, being that you're a bitch, you acted like a bitch at the scene. And it happened. But even in reflecting all of the situation and looking back at it, you have no accountability. You have no way of looking back and feeling like, you know what, I was wrong. I should have navigated this differently. I understand her family is grieving, but I do love my son. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he don't love his son. I think that he loves his son, but you didn't give up in that moment. You don't give up about Romika. You don't care about it. You showing that you don't care about Romika because you disrespecting her family, even if they are grieving and the cousin is talking mess. Why are you trying to throw shots and go about it the way that you are with her mama? Take your ass down to the custody building and file paperwork. But you know why you probably not running to do that? Because when they get to navigating where your son should be and where the custody should lie, they probably gonna pull up domestic violence number 1, number 2, number 3, or whatever that rap sheet showed. Be a fucking man. And man up for once in your goddamn life. Have some accountability. You were playing both sides. Now, was she upset because you had another woman pregnant? She clearly was. But be a man and try to navigate it the correct way now. Your son is watching, bitch. I can't stand BANs. Like, I cannot. And he's clearly a bitch.
Being like mischievous, like nothing but like what was like he was planning something, you know what I mean?
Then he got the nerve to try to be pulling up people pictures and all that, like he ain't looking like a walking what the fuck. Big body at the top, skinny legs at the bottom, looking weird than a motherfucker, dressing weird than a motherfucker. Like, boy,
And
I just got mad. I don't know why, but I just got so mad.
I called the cops on the first time I called the cops, it was because he was attacking her, you know, and the other girl was just yelling at her and she was arguing back. So there was nothing going on for her to be like, oh, I'm going to step back over here to go get my gun. You know, she was nowhere near her. But that's all I got to say. And I know for a fact that she did get arrested, but he got let go. So hopefully, you know, for what I said and what I witnessed, I just don't want to be, you know, put on the stand or anything to say. I did put a statement in because I know it's necessary. You know, it was a ridiculous, you know, I'm a mom too. I wouldn't want my baby to hear like that, you know, and I wouldn't want me to be laying in the ground. She's a sister, you know, she's a mother, she's a daughter, she's somebody to everybody. She's a friend, you know, and that was bogus to just stand there and look at her like she was nothing, you know, to me.
All right. The messy sweet spot is the one who conducted this interview. I don't want to play her full interview. If you guys are on social media, her page is the messy sweet spot on YouTube, but this was posted on, I don't know if they stole it from her or if the messy sweet spot has a new page called, it's criminally podcast or something like that. I can't think of it right now, but go to the messy sweet spot to hear this full interview of this innocent bystander giving her account of what happened and so on and so forth. It's just an unfortunate situation all the way around. Do I think that Los loved his son? Yes. Do I think that he probably feels some type of way that he can't get access to his son like he usually does? Yes. But do I respect the way that he's navigating this situation when he know damn well he was the aggravating factor in this whole situation, when he know damn well he was the catalyst for this situation happening, and he knows damn well he could have navigated this situation completely different to where Romika would have been still alive and he would have still been able to have access to his child? Because if he had all that access and he was in his son that much, that's because Romika allowed him to be in his son's life. And if she was still here, he would still be able to be seeing his son today. But he don't have no accountability, so all he can do is point fingers and point blame. Point your direction to the courthouse and file the paperwork so that you can get custody and get off the internet thinking that anybody other than your cheerleaders is going to have sympathy for you, because I do not. You want to see your son? Go to the courthouse. You got all this money in the world to pay for everything and you don't need no handouts and you don't need no GoFundMes? Hire a lawyer. Other than that, miss all of us with any of it, because we don't care. The only people that care is the people that listen to your sob story that you peddling. That is bullshit. I'm going to go with the witness that don't know none of y'all. Okay? I'm going to go with that because you were toxic. You created a toxic environment. Now, Romika's resting in peace. I'm not going to act like she wasn't toxic as well. She was. Y'all had a toxic relationship, but you could have navigated even that differently. You were still messing and going between both of them. If you was done with the relationship and you didn't want Romika no more and you didn't want, you know, to be playing both sides, you could have easily nipped that situation in the bud and left it about your child only. Ain't no way that she felt the audacity to ask you, why you lie? Why you lie? Why you lie? And go in confronting you about lies if you wasn't lying to her. If you didn't have no relations or you wasn't playing the field and you wasn't playing both sides, her comments would be, why you cut me off? Why you not talking to me? Why you don't want to be with me no more? That would be her commentary. If you was a man about this situation, if you cut her off in that way, that would be what she would be saying to you if she was the one who was the only problem in this situation. She would be saying things like, why you leave me over her? Why you choose her over me? Like, her comments to you would be different. You were playing with her mind and emotions and her feelings. You was making her feel like she still had a position, but then you was propping up this other girl. She had videos on her TikTok where she was posting pictures and she was taunting. She did have stuff on her TikTok where she was taunting Holly, and she was saying, you know, he don't even look happy over here. Like, I always got a position. I'm not going nowhere. She wouldn't feel like that if you didn't give her the reason to feel like that. And I'm not going to say all of her actions were right, but you were playing both sides. You have not been a man in none of this. Start being one today. That's all for this video, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. If you guys want to see anything that is going on social media, he got his page. There's pages that are leaking videos of text where Romika said that he was stalking her, and then there's videos where he's leaking videos of Romika going off on him. And then you have Romika's mom, the cousins, you know, it's a lot going on. And guess who is affected in the middle? Little Carlos, the baby. All right. The baby is the one who is caught in the crossfire in the middle. And guess what's not helping that? You're not helping that. Think about your child if you really love him. Think about how maybe you need to put your pride aside and come in peace. Instead of coming with negativity and meeting what you feel is false narratives with fire, how about you put your pride aside and be a man and come in peace? Like, be an example some type of way. So, you know, you know, but that's all for this video, y'all. I gotta stop getting so upset because you know, I be getting mad for real when it comes to certain stories like this, because it's just a really unfortunate situation all the way around. And, you know, going forward, you know, when I do my commentary, I need to dial it back because, you know, not to compare myself to my peers, but I just be like, you know, I be holding myself back in my success on YouTube because I'm very blunt and I say what I feel and I like really like unload the clip. And I'm like, everybody else be surpassing me. They be holding their tongue, not giving, you know, their true feelings. And I'm like, child, in order to be successful, you gotta like dip it. But like, I wouldn't be me. Anyways, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. I need to start working on this David video. I told y'all that I was gonna produce my David. I was supposed to have posted my David video, but then I got on Facebook and then I start seeing this stuff and I'm just like, child, I couldn't even focus on the David stuff, child. I had to go and give this video because I said it's the audacity for me. It's the audacity, honey. It's the audacity, but I'll catch y'all on another video. I'm gonna work on some other stuff. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And if you guys have any stories that you would like me to cover, I'm gonna try to start doing like pre-records more because I can like dial it back a little bit more. But if y'all have any stories that y'all want me to cover, definitely send them on my Instagram. My Instagram is the main page that I have. Also, too, if you guys want to support my page, I do have these fans available on my website. So I just put a lot of the stuff on my website on sale. So you can get these fans for $10.99 on my website. This style, I'm not sure if it's still on my website, but I have several styles available on my website for $10.99. I am not Amazon, so I don't got the free shipping and all that. So it is a shipping cost, okay? I know people be like, They be so spoiled with Amazon and all of these other things. Child, we not $1 billion corporation over here. We got to pay for shipping. So, you know, I have a big sale. Check out my website, www.niqueatnight.com. And if you guys want to support my channel, my last video that I did on them got age restricted. I don't even know why. I'm like, I don't have nothing in this video that is age restriction worthy. So if anything happens to this video, if y'all want to support, y'all know y'all can also support via Cash App or by just simply